Hello and welcome. Today we are in the new Tier 9 Austro-Hungarian destroyer, the Jäger. She is essentially a low-tier destroyer that was brought into high tier, and she retains quite a few of those interesting parts of being a low-tier destroyer, which is having a really low concealment of 5.4 kilometers, and also the fact that she has 4 launchers of 3 torpedoes each. And that's important because it means that her torpedoes reload really quickly. Now, the one thing she does gain from being higher tier is that her torpedoes are 12 kilometers, which are really nice. You can launch a huge amount of torpedoes with this ship, but they are kind of low damage. However, volume sometimes has its own charm. She does not get access to a smokescreen though, and this can be quite problematic because in matches with aircraft carriers or other planes from, aviation battleships for example, it's a huge issue because this ship, being a low tier DD, basically, has essentially no anti-air, which means that if planes are buzzing above you, you're not really going to shoot them down. And you're gonna just stay spotted. Also, look at this nice wall of torpedoes. The Iowa thought she dodged the tarps, huh? Well, no she didn't. Enjoy. And here's the funny part, right? I can launch torpedoes again in, 10 seconds? Well, I think the Iowa's gone by that time. It can just pop out torpedoes like crazy. The guns are nothing special, but they are higher caliber than you would expect. The ship was supposed to essentially be a destroyer leader, right? So the guns are, I think, 150 millimeters, but really, you don't use the guns all that much. You just launch torps instead. Especially because you don't have a smokescreen, right? So you don't sit anywhere and just wait. She's also pretty fast, which is nice. Also, this is arms race, so the stats are going to go up a little bit here over time. The heel is pretty nice, but again, I think on this ship I would rather have smokescreen. But hey, smoke would probably make her a bit too strong because she does have a very low concealment. And this is really, really effective because you can end up being really bold with the ship, since you know that almost nothing you meet is going to outspot you. I really enjoy playing this ship. I just love throwing out all of these torpedoes, and it honestly... Oh, and also one thing I forgot to mention, the torpedoes are fast. They're, I think, as fast as Holland torpedoes. We're talking like when you put the speed stuff on, they're like 95 knots. It's just fun. Definitely one of the most fun ships that I've recently played. And as a result, one of my more favorite ships that I've recently played. Oh, that was nice. 6 torpedo hits. By the way, this ship also pairs really well with the European Special Captain, because you're gonna get a lot of torpedo hits with this ship, and that will simply improve your torpedo reload further. So far in this match, we've basically defended the western side of the map, but then I had to reposition, and now I'm gonna have to reposition again because there's just... all the enemies are leaving. And unfortunately, we are losing in ships. We've lost warships, they've lost 2, but luckily I have managed to pick up a whole bunch of... I managed to pick up 2 buffs. I'm gonna pick up a 3rd in a moment, and maybe that will help our team out. And while I do this, hopefully I can torpedo this Montana. We should expect it, to be honest, right? Because she's gonna see the buff disappear right next to her. There's also an Elbing in front of me, which might be a problem. The smokescreen you see in front, that's not the Elbing either, I think. That should be the Groningen. So there's 2 destroyers that I'm potentially going to be fighting here. Oh, look at those torpedoes. Oh, that's such a nice wall of torpedoes. If I had launched him a little bit further back, could have gotten a bit more hits, but hey, it's fine. Because we're gonna get another one in a moment. There's the Elbing. We're fine. We're far away enough. I don't think we can go for the buff over there, the 1 in 10 seconds. I would have to contest the Elbing, and I think that's just a foolish choice. Because I'd probably lose the fight with all of these battleships around. Not to mention that I am literally the only ship in position to prevent the enemies from taking the cap zone. So simply staying alive here is a little bit of a priority, because once they get the cap, we're screwed. Well, if the Montana is gonna react to these torps, she's probably gonna slow down and try to turn in, right? Accelerating will get her hit with more torps. So the last set I aimed roughly where she would hopefully slow down to. Oh, this is looking really good. Oh, that's very nice. I'm gonna try to intercept the Elbing because, well, she just took the buff and my concealment is way better than hers. So if I can just spot her, hopefully somebody will come help me deal with her. Or maybe I get to just torp her. Montana's definitely gone though. And there's the Elbing. I don't want to gunfight her. And I want to make sure she doesn't just chase me. I might shoot a few times, maybe. But I think torpedoes are a better choice. Because right now, yeah, she isn't gonna spot me. She doesn't know where I am. She might guess, but she doesn't know. Let's launch some torps. Maybe we'll have some success against the Elbing. I mean, we're basically just fishing, right? Things aren't looking good though. It's 6 versus 9. We're 3 ships down compared to the enemy. Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all. Oh, okay. Well, no more Zerstörer for them. A nice devastating strike. Now it's 6 versus 8. We evened the odds a little bit. And the torpedoes will be up in 22 seconds again. Next up, we're gonna have to fight the Groningen, I guess. The problem with that is Groningen is an even scarier ship than the Elbing is. Also, those torpedoes could have been pretty bad news for me too. Oh, there's the Groningen. We have to slow down. We must not really get spotted by this guy. If we do, that might just be the end. Let's try to do some more fishing. And Groningen's turning in, so I'm gonna have to run. I'm just gonna try to run as much as I can. The torps... The funny thing is that even if I don't hit the Groningen, they are exactly on course towards the Vittorio Veneto though. Oh, Groningen turned away. Excellent. So I'm not gonna have to be too worried. I can still stay in the cap. By the way, I am still the only ship that is near this cap zone. We hit 1 torp. Will we hit more? Oh, we did. 2. I think we hit 2 on the Groningen. The Groningen should have almost no HP left. And I think that's, yeah, goodbye Vittorio Veneto. I'm gonna just reverse. If I accidentally spot the Groningen, we'll be able to see what HP she has. If I turn around and start heading towards her, it's a lot scarier, but maybe that's what we have to do. Okay, next torps. I'm gonna try to torp in this line. Maybe we can hit the... what is that? Is that Brandenburg? Because Brandenburg might push up to go fight the North Carolina, but she might also just wait for the Nebraska. I don't know. I'm still gonna torp because I don't have anything else to torp right now anyway. Okay, so we know that the Groningen is right there in that smoke. But we also know that she should be fairly low HP. Oh, she is. 4k. Hello? We should pretty easily win this with guns, right? I mean, we're gonna take a bunch of damage, but we're completely full HP. And we had the element of surprise. Come on. Oh, nice. Nice. But do notice that we lost like 7 or 8k HP there. Luckily, we still have the heal and the passive heal from being an arms race. And now we know that we're the only ship in this entire cap zone. which means that we are perfectly safe right now. And remember, from 6 versus 9, we're down to 3 versus 4. There is still one destroyer to contest with, the Öland, but we don't know where she is, and we haven't known this for a while now. I think the priority is to try to finish off the Brandenburg, and then deal with the Yamato. Because I don't think an Edinburgh and a North Carolina are the ships to deal with a Yamato. Whereas a Jäger very well could. Oh, wow. I guess the North Carolina just more or less took care of the Brandenburg right there. But just in case, we're gonna finish it to make sure the Brandenburg doesn't get to shoot again. Next up, Yamato is our target of choice. I'm gonna wait to get the cap zone. If I can't get it, if the enemy locks it, I think I'm gonna leave and head straight for the Yamato. The problem is essentially that if I stay in this cap zone and they enter the cap zone, I don't have a way to leave without actually leaving the circle, right? And obviously the priority is dealing with the Yamato and maybe grouping up. Besides, there are 2 buff zones straight ahead of us, which might be helpful for the teammates. 15 seconds. We haven't seen... Oh god, it's a Smolensk! They still have the cruiser that's extremely deadly to destroyers, huh? Okay, cap zone's almost ours. Okay, it is, and time to grab the buffs. Okay, it's looking good. I might hit a torp or 2 on the Yamato. I think I'm just gonna YOLO the Yamato at this point, because the torp should be enough to get rid of her. And hey, Yamato wants to shoot the Edinburgh and the North Carolina and me all at the same time, right? And she might not be able to if we force her to choose. Okay, we found the Smolensk, or I guess the Smolensk found us, and the Öland is in the cap zone. Okay, let's grab the buff, and we just do a drive-by, drop some torps, because the Yamato ran aground. So this should be a pretty easy drop. And then we'll have to contest the A-cap again. But I mean, if we take care of the Yamato here, we're actually going to be in the lead in terms of ships, right? That's gonna be 3 versus 2. From a 6 versus 9. Oh, nice shot on the Yamato. And the Edinburgh actually took care of her. Excellent. So now it's... Oh my god, that Smolensk has completely full HP. Oh boy. I'm gonna do something... perhaps not the best choice. A little risky. Which is I'm gonna head straight for the cap zone. I'm not gonna go on the outside. And this is risky because it's gonna put me in potentially in trouble with the Smolensk. But if I go on the outside, I might never be able to try to contest the cap zone because Smolensk might be in a position to stop me from doing so. If I had gone on the outside. Okay, there's the Öland. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna try to enter the cap zone. The Öland is obviously gonna try to disengage from me as well, right? She's not gonna try to stay because she doesn't have a smoke screen. But this is gonna threaten me because, well, I'm gonna get shot at by the Smolensk. I'm gonna try to stop right in the cap to prevent them from taking it. I'm not gonna fire. The hope is that Öland gets out of range. I'm also not gonna try to repair unless I get put on fire. And now we just sit here, reverse a little bit. We're unspotted, and if the Öland tries to approach us, she is gonna get spotted herself, or stay spotted. And hopefully I can stay alive here. Oh, we actually... 5 torps on the Smolensk. Well, no more completely full HP now, is she? Okay, there are the torpedoes. Oh, I think the North Carolina is dead, but oh! Smolensk is low HP now. Nice. I'm gonna just open up. Maybe we can deal... Oh! The NC finished the job. Excellent. Now, unfortunately, though, I think I'm forced to fight the Öland here. I don't think I can somehow disengage. I'm gonna hope for the best with torps. And just gun as much as I can. Hopefully give my Edinburgh as much of an advantage as possible. Maybe losing all that HP wasn't worth it. Maybe I should have waited a little longer. Oh, I couldn't launch the last torpedo. That's very unfortunate. There's still 2 minutes left. The Edinburgh is gonna have to go into the cap, I guess. Or at least try to lock it for a tiny bit, or decap from the Öland, because it's only 390 versus 300 points, right? If the enemy gets the cap zone, I think something like 10 or 20 seconds would be enough to put them in the lead. But luckily, the Edinburgh is going into the cap. She has a lot of HP and she's up against the DD. Although there is still the risk that she might just get torped. Luckily the torps just passed, but there should still be one more set that the Öland can potentially drop on the Edinburgh. So she has to be careful. Oh, Öland's right there. Wow. Is this open watering? Okay, that's an interesting choice. Open water gunfighting a destroyer. Or a cruiser as a destroyer. That's, yeah, I don't think that's gonna end well for the Öland. Although there's only 20 seconds to go. Maybe the Öland doesn't even go down here. There's definitely torps in the water though. Yeah, there they are. But I think they can't reach. Yeah, I don't think they can reach. I mean in terms of time, right? See? Game's over. And, well, the Edinburgh dodged them anyway. But what I meant is that they wouldn't have reached in time. Wow, this is an amazing game. 225,000 damage. 32 torpedo hits. 32. Like I said, I really like the Jäger. This is an incredibly fun ship. Like, extremely fun. Only 12 floodings, but hey. 32 torpedo hits. This was an excellent game. 3,466 base XP. I haven't had this much base XP in a very long time. Damn. Wow. That, yeah, I just really like the ship. It's really fun to play and apparently extremely effective too. Here's where the damage came from. That Montana ate 73k. Floodings actually did a really large part of it. 3 torps was just enough for the Elbing. I mean, I took care of 2 destroyers on my own, okay? You have to forgive me for that third one. By the way, after the match I got a message from the Edinburgh. What a nice guy, right? Thank you, HMS Sinky McSinkFace, for winning the game and simply being such a nice sport. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support. And I hope I'll see you guys next time.
Wir haben einen gegnerischen Flugzeugträger versenkt.